check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Hey guys, G here. Welcome back to Luna Geckos. Luna Live. It's Sunday. It's 11 a.m. Central Standard Time.
It's 11:04.
Well, it's 11:04, but I got a little something on my face?
Yeah.
My face is dry, that's why. Thank you. We're supposed to do makeup before we go live, so I don't know. Always running a little bit behind. How's everybody doing today? I see Bob's in, Gonzales Geckos, Palmetto State in the house. That was a pretty cool Super Snow Black Knight you posted today, Palmetto. I saw that, looking pretty good. So we are doing. How do you like Big G TV? I just made this overlay this morning. What do you think? I gotta point the right way.
You want me to give you a thumbs up?
Yeah, give me a thumb. So we got the Luna Geckos channel. I gotta go down. We've got YouTube. We got subscribe. A little more. Subscribe. Notify. Big G TV in the house. I couldn't put the G in IGTV because we're on YouTube today. And I just, you know what? I had a crazy week. So the last couple weeks, I think we're going on 3 weeks of craziness now, right? So 3 weeks ago, we did the Week in the Life of G, where we filmed every single day for 7 days. And we created, I guess it was kind of, what do you call those things? Like the lifestylers.
Vlog?
Do. Like a vlog? Yeah, so it was a daily vlog kind of thing. And we have 7 episodes. Every day we posted an episode last week. So 3 weeks ago we filmed. Then we had to edit every single episode. And then every day last week we released one of those starting last Sunday and ending on, it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, starting 2 Sundays ago and then ending last Saturday was each one of those part 1 through part 7. Then this week I had to hurry up and catch up on all the cleaning and all the stuff because this week I was out of town. I left Wednesday afternoon and took a quick trip out to Bend, Oregon, which was really cool. Gonzo's Geckos, thank you so much. It was actually a lot of fun. It turned out it was an awful lot of work too. So it was. I don't know that we're going to do season 2 anytime soon, and it's probably most interesting. Unfortunately, it's probably most interesting when we're in breeding season because we're busiest in breeding season, so you get to see more stuff. But at the same time, because we're in breeding season, we're just so darn busy that, it makes the documentary or the documenting of the process a little bit onerous, or a lot of it onerous. Trying to squeeze that in between all the other stuff that we have to do when we're in the height of breeding season. So anyway, it was a lot of fun to make. I just don't think we'll be doing it again next week.
No.
Maybe by next year. It's kind of like childbirth. You always forget how hard it is until the next time you have one, and you're like, "Oh, that sucked," right? Well, you don't know.
You've never birthed a child either.
I've witnessed it, and it seems like it freaking hurts. So I can only imagine. So my story, I got sidetracked. So then this week, Wednesday, I was up in Bend, Oregon, and I flew up there on Wednesday. Got there Wednesday night. Spent Thursday, Friday there. Flew back yesterday morning, and pretty quick turnaround trip, but it was fun. Hey Jay, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. So it was the whole purpose of the primary purpose of the Oregon trip was to go meet my son. My son, he just turned 22 years old, and that looks kind of big, huh?
Yeah, that's what happens when Gino makes new screens.
I didn't slide it off the screen somehow.
I can't. I don't know what to do.
That was pretty.
It needs to be a smaller comment. Here we go.
Yeah, small comments work. It's like auto sizing or something. So my son just turned 20.
Sorry, guys.
My son just turned 22 years old at the end of June, and I guess about a year and a half ago, he bought. I'm going to do the same thing I do on Instagram. I pull my chair up. I get all up in the camera. He bought a couple acres of land up in Bend, well, just outside of Bend. It's a town called La Pine, and he wants to build. He wants to build, like a tiny house, hippie camp, Airbnb. Basically a small campground where he has tiny houses and yurts and tent sites, and I hadn't seen it yet, and he's owned it for a year and a half. So I met him up there, had a good time, but also spent several hours at a local reptile shop in Bend, Oregon. It's called the Reptile Zone. And Adam, what's happening? And the owner's name was Jeff, and we shot a video. So I don't know if it's going to get. I got to catch up now because I've been out of town for a few days. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that all loaded up and edited before Wednesday. We'll see what the content looks like, but it ends up being, I guess, another. Now I'm kind of a travel vlogger, so it's a travel vlog video. But the meat of it is you'll get to see my son's land, which is just a bunch of trees, and a whole lot of stuff in Bend, Oregon, which was a really great time. So it was, Adam, I saw George's live, but hey, man, it's my time slot. I'm older and I came first, so I refuse to yield my time slot to a retired stripper. So I am not giving it to him. So I'm going to stay right here. And, but the bulk of that video, when we ultimately release that video, is going to be Adam, if you stick around, I'll show you some black knights. The bulk of that video is going to be, I guess the whole meat or the middle section of it is going to be hanging out at the reptile zone in Bend, Oregon. And I tell you, I've been to a lot of reptile stores.
USA.
Yeah, baby. US. It's Olympic time, Adam. Don't be a traitor. Although Adam lives in Vermont, I don't think that's in the USA.
Oh,
Is it?
stop it.
What? It's borderline. It's borderline. They're making a decision right now, I think. The all these
No one could succeed.
lot of reptile stores
Texas
I've been
is
to in
rough.
my life, and I tell you, I walked into this joint, and Palmetto said it's basically Canada. So he lives right there by Jay. He actually might be further north than Jay. But as soon as I walked into this store, I instantly started noticing all the red venomous signs on all the enclosures, and I bet half or more of what he had on display at the store was venomous, which was pretty cool. That's not something you typically see when you go into a local reptile shop. So good time. We'll get that video. We'll have to check Handy Dandy's calendar, and you already started uploading some of it, right?
Yeah, but I didn't upload anything from yesterday.
Well, you had and I have a ton.
Yeah.
I have a ton, and the other fun fact about my trip is Handy Dandy didn't go. I went, and she stayed here and minded the geckos, and we had some hatches. She had to put them away. She had to take care of the geckos and get ready to hit the applause button.
No.
I came home, and not a single gecko died. So congratulations. Hit the applause. Give yourself a round of applause.
I don't even know where the stuff is because you moved
Sound
everything
effects.
around.
We got to get ready for our show here.
I don't know where it is. Let's go on. Tell everybody what safe space is. How about that?
We're gonna need it.
Oh, it's hidden right here.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let me say that again. Applause. There. Palmetto gave you some applause.
Geckos are really easy to take care of.
Well, safe space. Babies though. I was most worried about. All the baby new cows because they need they need a lot of humidity, and they're a little bit crazy. So I didn't want you to have to open all those 6-quart tubs. And
well, that's not even something you asked me to do.
that's why I didn't ask you, because
so that would have been more your fault if one time.
I really soaked them good, and I was hoping that for 3 days. Well, I guess I soaked them Wednesday morning, and I was back Saturday evening. So Thursday, Friday, 3 days. So I was hoping for 3 days that they had enough humidity in there. So it was a good test. And honestly, yesterday evening when I got home and I opened them, they were still damp.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that other word, but we're not allowed to say that other word. They were still damp. So I sprayed them again last night, fed everybody, and everybody's great. And we have quite a few out now. We have 16 Velardes out. We have, I'm peeking. I want to say we have 13 moist. There you go, Adam. We have 13 cresteds out, 16 Velardes, three or four Agricoli, and 2 gargoyles. So our first 2 gargoyles we ever hatched here, and we named them Gary and Andrew for DEA Exotics. So it was I was pretty excited to see those gargoyles hatch. I've gotten eggs. This is my 3rd season getting eggs, but I've just not been able to get a gargoyle out. And go to the
I think I found it.
It's that one. There they are. So starting to fill up over there. There's some down there too, but those are the bigger ones.
Oh,
but,
goodness, they're all around too.
Yeah, looking surprising. New cow season. I'm not a focused New Caledonian gecko breeder. I'm more of a obviously leopard and African fat tail breeder. Oh, and while I was gone, the very last fat tail egg of the season hatched. So the fat tail season is effectively over. So, yeah, Adam, you're just starting your crested prod. You're like just getting into cresteds, right? It's kind of it's a new thing for you. You're just starting to pick them up. I think I recall. So safe space. Back to Handy Dandy's question. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you were just starting with cresteds. So back to Handy Dandy's question about safe space, and this is our second safe space Q&A, and it's just an opportunity to hang out, ask questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Probably get some dumb answers, but I don't have to be the only one that answers questions. I mean, it's a community, and if someone asks a question that maybe I know a little bit about or I know nothing about and other people know more about it, please load up the comments and help us out. And this is a place where, again, there is no such thing as a dumb question. So we could talk about anything you want. We could talk about the Olympics if you want. And you all right? You're a little tired?
Yeah.
Stay out a little late?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ashamed of yourself?
Nope.
Not at all?
Nope.
No regrets?
Nope.
Remember the tattoo? Yeah. No regrets tattoo? Adam has one crested gecko and his brother has two. What kind did you get? Where is and also part of safe space, and it's starting to pick up a little momentum. It's gotten off to a slow start, but part of safe space is we have a Luna Geckos channel and safe space server over on Discord, and there's a link down in the description on how to get over to that Discord safe space, and it is open to anyone. There is not it's not a private room. It's open to anyone, and we just had a couple new people jump in last night, and they were asking some great questions. Talking, I think we had a lot of conversation around reverse stripes on safe space last night.
Do you want to answer any of those questions?
No, they're answered on Discord. So if people want to see that whole string and they want to see the answers or the back and forth, they got to go to Discord. So I can't.
Okay.
I can't leak the information here. So, what are you guys working on? What's your most exciting project for the season?
What's yours?
I don't know the answer to that. I did a lot of outcry. One of the big things I did this year was I went back to some of that original bloodline stuff, some of that old school bloodline stuff. I picked up a Tangelo female. I picked up a Golden Gate Geckos bloodline Sunglow. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to try to take some of that old blood and mix it in with some of the newer lines that have been created, whether it be a Mandarin Tangerine or a Blood Emerine, and I wanted to see how those older lines that have kind of a lot of them have disappeared, and the ones that haven't are pretty hard to find that are still tied back to that original lineage. I wanted to see how those lines worked. I'm going to leave Bob's question up. I wanted to see how those worked with newer stuff like Mandarins and Blood Emerines, and what else did I work with this year that I crossed in? The Tangerine Tornadoes from up at Tug. So did a bunch of that. Bob says, is there a trick to safe space I can never get in? It says I was invited when I click on it, but doesn't work. I don't know, Bob. You know what? I'll have to check that link, because some of the links expire, and I thought for sure that I chose no expiration date on that link, but it's very possible that I messed up. So I will double check that, and if that is a true statement, I will I will go back. That might be why our audience is growing slowly on Discord. It's starting to pick up, but it is growing slowly.
I would drop it in the box, but I don't think it'll allow me to because it's a link. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, it's just leave it for now, and we'll figure it out, Bob. Palmetto has a question. Let's throw that up there. It says, how do you deal with breeders that act like they're the authority and feel the need to correct you? It's the same thing in life, right? I mean, how many times have you driven with somebody and they feel like they're a better driver than you and they want to tell you how to drive the whole time you're driving? You just deal with it, and we just don't know if. Click on that link now and see if it actually works. And if it doesn't, then I probably chose an expired link. There's more than one way to do it, Palmetto, and there's more than one way to do everything. So, it's just up to your individual personality. It's, for the most part, I just ignore it. So it's not something that bothers me. It's just, brush it right off and off you go. You're never going to get a scenario where everybody's going to agree with you. So why try? Why try? If your way works and you're happy with it, or the project that you're working on you love,
try doesn't work.
then heck with it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go back through and change those Discord links because I think that it probably expires.
That was the link. I went to your Discord and
did
clicked
the invite?
share, and that was the link I put. Yeah.
Oh man, somebody else try it. Let's see if it's user error on our end or if it's user error on Bob's end. You know how those Atlantic City guys are.
I'm not familiar with the Discord, so I don't know.
You're an admin.
I know, so me going to it wouldn't work.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm not familiar enough to know what's going on.
Yeah, I had two people asking me questions last night in DMs, and one of them I absolutely did not know the answer to. They had sent me a couple pictures of a gecko and asked me if I knew what they were. They had picked up a couple rescues, and frankly, I did not know what they were. It was not a species. There are over 1,500 species of geckos in the world, and it was two species that I didn't know. So I sent them to Wally, and Wally answered the question like that, which I figured he would. He probably knows 1,499 of the 1,500 geckos, and he's trying to figure out the last one. But I also posted the picture because Wally has a show this weekend, so I figured him and Gary are both at Janesville. I figured he was busy, and he probably wasn't going to be able to quickly answer the question. So I dropped it over on Discord, thinking that somebody might know on Discord. But she joined Discord and then quickly responded after I posted them on Discord and said, "Oh no, Wally responded to me, and one's I forget what they were. I'd have to look to see what they were, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool that Wally. So she joined last night. I sent her an invitation directly, and I sent another person that bought a Black Knight from me an invitation directly last night, and she was asking a lot of questions about the reverse stripe, and both of them, clicked on it and joined immediately. Actually, somebody just did something on Discord, so put my phone up.
I'm in. So that must be Adam.
So Adam, did you just click? Did you just click on the link right here and it let you right in? So this is these are the geckos from last night. I didn't know what they were. That one and that one. And she said, Wally answered, he said it was a golden gecko and the other is a yellow-headed gecko. I didn't know. Yeah, Adam used the link. So user error goes to Atlantic
Jason
City.
and Bob.
Jason's already in. He's an admin. Oh, he's an admin as Winter Meadows Gecko, though.
Oh, okay.
Or Winter Meadow Geckos. So, we've got some good commentary on here. A lot of newer folks that you just don't feel comfortable going out to Facebook and asking these questions. Could you imagine if you went to Facebook and you asked how long will a leopard gecko live in captivity? People would be at your house protesting that you shouldn't have a gecko because you don't know how long it lives. They're just so mean over there that this is a place where we can answer these questions. We can talk about whatever we want. You can even ask about sand and you won't get kicked out. So we're starting to pick up some traction over here. It's looking pretty good. Adam, is that a black night cross on the bottom? Right there? That's a pretty cool looking gecko. I've hatched a couple like that. They're Max Snow black night crosses that are head eclipse. That I probably have 2 or 3 out that look just like that.
There's a question for you.
Adam wants to know, how has everyone's season been going? Are you going to hit your goals? Are you going to be over or under? I'm going to be under. We can let everybody else answer that in the comments. I'm going to be under because I made a mistake. I made several mistakes, and you can actually watch the video, $10,000 worth of breeding mistakes in the 2021 season. It's right here on our YouTube channel. But one of the primary mistakes I made is I relied very heavily on first-year breeders, and my egg yield, that's the word I was looking for. My egg yield in 2020 was 5.8 hatched eggs per female. And I think at the time we filmed the $10,000 worth of mistakes in the 2021 breeding season, I was in the 3s. I was at like 3.9 or something like that. Now the season was still going. I still had a bunch of eggs in the incubator. Still had several females laying. So I expect it to go up. But I don't expect it to get into that 5.6 or 5.8 range that I was in 2020. I'll be happy if I break 5. So I was hoping to produce 300, 350 animals this season. I'm going to end up somewhere probably in the 250 range. So was that a Facebook? Somebody got tattooed on Facebook? Yeah, it says Facebook leopard gecko groups are terrible for asking questions. Apparently the new thing in multiple groups is hating on heat mats. Yeah, everybody wants to use the DHPs now. So next thing you know, racks are going to be bad. DHPs are going to be the thing. If it works, people have been keeping geckos on heat mats for probably 30 years at this point, and it works. So it's up to you. And now if you wanted to go into like a bioactive environment, maybe DHP, UVB, UVA is probably the way to go. So, it really just depends on your individual circumstance and your individual situation. Yeah, rack systems, the same thing happens with the snake folks. I mean, the ball python folks get crap all the time for having their ball pythons in a rack system. People are going to have their opinions, and I'm housing 200 plus animals right now. I'd like to see what that would look like if I had every one of them in a viv. That'd be pretty interesting. That'd take up a lot of space, and probably wouldn't result in the best care for the animals. So, if you're only going to have 1 or 2 or a few animals, that's great. I mean, create a naturalistic environment, and it's great. Make it beautiful. the majority of the animals here don't stay here long. They stay, they're hatched here. Um, they're housed in a comfortable, clean, safe environment that has the right temperature and everything that they need. And generally, they're off to a new home within 3-4 months. So that's up to the individual. Adam says, total transparency. My oldest gecko is 22 years, lived in a 10-gallon on crushed walnut shell and a heat rock. I'm with you, man. I've told this. You've probably heard this story. Is I had a friend of mine that I worked with in Las Vegas, and he found out I was into geckos and got on the website and was reading the care sheet. And he comes in my office, in the morning one day, and he's all distraught. And he said, "Man, I got a problem. I got a gecko, and I'm afraid it's going to die." And I said, "Well, what do you mean? What's the story? What's wrong with it?" And he said, "Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I was reading your website, and you talk about loose substrate being potentially harmful. You talk about under tank heat. You talk about mealworms and superworms and all this other stuff. And I don't do any of that." And I said, "Well, what do you do?" And he said, "Well, I have an overhead heat lamp. It's on sand. It's in a 10-gallon aquarium. And I feed it crickets like 2-3 days a week. And I need to change all that immediately. And I want you to tell me what to buy." And I said, "Wait a minute, hold on. How long have you had this gecko?" He said, "Well, it was my son's when he was little, and then he kind of lost interest in it, and me and my wife just kept it, and he's kind of a family pet now." And I said, "No, how long?" And he said, "Well, he's like 12, 13 years old now." And I said, don't change a thing. He's 12 years old, and he's been living on sand with overhead heat in a 10-gallon aquarium eating crickets. Don't change a thing. Now, if you just bought him and he was a little, 15-gram baby, maybe I'd recommend some things. But at this point, don't change a thing. Just keep doing what you're doing. That thing's going to live another 10 years.
All right, you got a question. I have a first-year GGG Sunglow breeder that I paired 3 times, but she reabsorbed her ovulation. Is that common?
I don't know. So GGG is Golden Gate Geckos, Marsha McGinnis. And I bought a Golden Gate Geckos Sunglow this season that I bought a male that I used to try to infuse some, like I was talking about earlier. I try to infuse some of that old school line blood, like the Golden Gate Gecko Sunglow. Because back in the early 2000s, I mean, that thing was the bomb. That was the gecko. Everybody had to have a GGG Sunglow, and you can still find them. And I wanted to grab one of those and take some of that old school blood and mix it into some of my tangerine cross projects, primarily that Mandarin and Marine project. I wanted to see how it would work, and I had no issues with the male, and I don't believe that the GGGs. Now, again, it's a pretty old line, and to maintain the purity of that line, there's a lot of inbreeding, right? Similar to Black Knights. So if you're going to keep that line, you're not getting fresh blood into it. So it's pretty common when you have a long-term line bred project that you start to run into some deformities and then potentially fertility issues, similar to what you can see in the Black Knight. So I don't know that it's necessarily common to the GGG. It's common to long-term line-bred projects, and that's probably what you're seeing. So I would it could be the male. You could also have an infertile female, which is highly unlikely. I mean, it does happen, but it's not overly common. So I would try again. What did Adam has some GGG bloodline?
Yeah, from a buddy this fall.
Yeah, you're running them all back into Black Knight crosses. That's a good project. You know what I wish? Because Adam, we both did the Black Knight Mandarin Tangerine project, and I wish I'm not disappointed in that project. It's just that everybody's doing that project now. I kind of wish that I would have crossed, because I use one of my best Black Knight females to cross with a male Mandarin Tangerine, and if I could have rewound that, literally they were together for like a week, and then I thought, man, I should have went a different direction, but it was too late because they had already locked, and she was already starting to build eggs, and can't rewind that, right? So I wish I would have put the pure Black Knight male into the Tangerine Tornado that I got from Tug, because I'd have liked to have seen how that turned out. But the crosses that I did into that Mandarin Tangerine have been, or not the Mandarin Tangerine, the crosses I've done into the Tangerine Tornado. I'm gonna grab a couple. They have been phenomenal. You're gonna have to put yourself on screen. Well, put the comments up big then. At least the screen's filled with something while I'm grabbing an animal. It won't go all the way on, but just do the split screen or do the triple screen.
I don't know what you want me to do.
Q&A, G, and HD.
There you go. That's good.
Some of the carrot tail on these have been, and just the coloration. Now the problem is my spreadsheet is on the computer that's driving this whole live, so it's kind of a hit and miss. I kind of think I know which bins they're in, but it's going to be a hit and miss. Let's see. Talk to people.
Oh, sorry. I was just reading the comments.
Be nice.
Reading Adam's stuff. Oh, I'm tired. I'm not good at being on the spot.
You got this. You got this, sister.
How about I just show you? I got an idea.
Where are you? Little guy. This one's got a pretty nice tail. Put the phone up. Now, remember, I just got back from a trip, so there's a lot of poop in here. Come on, buddy.
Do y'all hear Poppy snoring?
Look at that tail. It's actually a little green today, kind of dull. Might be getting ready to shed, but let's see what else we got. I like this one. This is one of my favorites. Get a little crazy though. Don't show the poop.
What's the cross on that one? I guess the one maybe you just showed?
Yeah, these are both Mandarin Tangerine crossed into a Tug line, Tangerine Tornado. And then I'm going to grab some of those Golden Gate crosses because they've turned out really cool.
Oh no, you stepped on the poppers.
Sorry, Pop. This one.
How can you see the difference between a SS Diablo Blanco or a Max Snow Diablo Blanco?
You can't. You have to know the parents. So it gets really tricky when you start getting into the super snows that also have tremper. You're going to get a white gecko. So you can get a blizzard that's white. You can get a super raptor that's white. You can get a Diablo Blanco that's white. A white gecko is a white gecko, and there's a lot of different genetics that can be combined to make a white gecko. So you're not going to know unless you knew what the parents were. Now this was, I need a phone. This was a white and yellow Max Snow Tremper crossed into a Golden Gate Sunglow.
Jesus.
I really like how these are turning out. I got a couple more over here that are pretty, lot smaller. This one's already in a holdback bin. Let me see where those little ones are. No. Ooh.
Adam said, I sent you the female I'm using next year and my best BNT of this year. Oh, goodness, too.
This is part of that Golden Gate cross. Like herding cats. Really like those. Now we do have, let's see which one it is right here.
Super Giant Max Snow Raptor Het Blizzard, aka Het DB Male X Max Snow Giant Diablo Blanco Female.
Why? I didn't mean to pull your bin. It's the wrong bin. Sorry.
Adam, what did you send it on? Did you send it to him on Instagram or Discord? I'll pull it up. I just need to know.
Now these two are pretty little, so I'm gonna leave them in here. But this is.
Ooh.
Look at get a shot of this reverse stripe one right here.
Oh my God.
Sorry, buddy. Easy. Check that guy out.
They are not happy.
Well, I'm digging that. That one's an Eclipse.
Oh,
He's gone. And then we did hatch he might be in the incubator though. These are the ones that look like Adams.
Hold on. I was looking at Adams.
Hurry up while they're both down there.
I don't.
Look how cranky. These are both Eclipse. Nice striping on both of these. Look at this guy. Crazy. Watch this guy bite me. Go, 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 go. I gotta put your hide back. And it gone. What's Adam asking? I did hatch a panda. Is that that's one of the Black Knight MT crosses? Yeah, Robbie, the Black Knight, or I mean I've really been happy with the Golden Gate stuff. Adam, are these the Mandarin Tangerine Black Knight? Is that what these are from? I was over there hunting and pecking, so I kind of missed the lineage on these. You're looking it up?
I sent you the female I'm using next year and my best BNMT of this year.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. It's down here at the bottom. Here's the best of the year. This is a male. This will be your male going to that female up here. Let me go back to, okay, that's a female. Let me see if I can find the mandarins that have hatch. They're over here in the Black Knight bin somewhere. Pick up, put me back on camera on the iPhone. These are not Mandarin Black Knights. Those are Black Knights. Go to the other side. No, actually, those are Mandarin Black Knights. I can see the tangerine in there. These are the ones that just hatched right before I left. But I've got a couple older ones in here somewhere. There they are. There's what the older ones are looking like. Let me lift it up. Pretty similar to yours. This one's a lot darker, so that one's got some promise. I dig the pattern in the circle on this one, but this one has a lot more promise, I think. Go the other way. No. You little stinker. Go this way. All right. Show the.
Hold on, we got a lot of.
We got some questions.
These are the parent super giant Max Snow Raptor het blizzard male. So I was wondering how to tell the difference between a Max Snow Diablo Blanco and a Super Snow Diablo Blanco. I thought maybe the stripe every SS has along their back or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Generally, once you get white, it's because here's another thing, because if I create a Super Snow Eclipse that is also visual tremper, it's a white gecko. It has no lines, no spots. It's a white gecko. It's a white gecko with red eyes, so it looks like a Diablo. It's just once you get to that, once you create a white gecko, it could be a blizzard, it could be a Diablo, it could be a super raptor, and you just aren't sure.
I wanted to cross my GGG Sunglow, but no luck this year since she.
We already. Yeah,
did?
we answered that. That's.
Huh? It came back up.
Huh.
Oh, maybe she just thought you didn't read it.
No.
Or we talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about. You might have missed it.
Or she might be commenting to somebody else and letting
it might be. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, test breeding is the way to go. It's a white gecko. It's tricky. It's really tricky when you start creating. I love white geckos. I used to work with Diablos, and they were a little bit cranky. I've never worked with Blizzard, so I can't really give an opinion on Blizzard other than the stories that you hear that they could be a little bit cranky. The Diablos were awesome. I just like the genetic packing of a Super Raptor. So you get a Tremper, Super Snow, Eclipse, all packed into one gecko in the Super Raptor. So just the flexibility with breeding projects that you can use with a Super Raptor versus a Diablo Blanco. So
I just pressed escape by accident and lost the comments.
Well, then you have to go up top and you have to view or go under show overlays or something.
Sorry, guys. Nothing like a live.
And no, hold on. We got to help Handy Dandy out. It's not under view. Comments and reactions. You just had it. Go back down. Comments and reactions. Put that back up. There you go.
Yay, got it.
Comments are back. They were deleted for a minute. Yeah, he said the same. That's why he wants to buy one. Rather buy a super snow Diablo than a max snow Diablo. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like the. I always like the super snow because if you're working a max snow project, you're guaranteed to at least produce max snows. And I just, if I'm messing around with a Tremper project, I just like that. I just like the Super Raptor better. I'm not breeding Super Raptor to Super Raptor, and frankly, I don't even have a Super Raptor breeder. But I have Max Snow Eclipse Trempers and Max Snow Trempers and Head Eclipse, and I've got all the combinations that make up the parts necessary to create Super Raptors. So in those Max Snow Tremper groups, I think I'm running a 1-2 or a 1-3 group of Max Snow Trempers this season. And just as a result, I pop out Super Raptors. So I did breed a Super Raptor last season. Actually, I bred her this season too. I don't have her anymore. She has been sold. But I think going forward, I'm not gonna use the Super Raptor. I'm gonna use Eclipse Tremper Max Snows that as part of a breeding group, and then just one of the outcomes of that will be Super Raptors. I'll get Super Raptors. I'll get Super Snow Eclipse. Actually, I even have white and yellow mixed in there. So I'll get Universes. I'll get white and yellow Max Snows. I'll get white and yellow Trempers. I like doing breeding combinations that create a wide variety of outcome because you get a lot of variety. So as an example, if I breed a Super Snow Eclipse to a Super Snow Eclipse, I'm going to get 100% Super Snow Eclipse. Now, if I take a Max Snow Eclipse and breed it to a Max Snow white and yellow Eclipse or Head Eclipse, just think of the possibilities. What was the question about Black Knights?
How do you test a Black Knight if it has a Max Snow in it? If the male is the only Max Snow and the female is not, all the babies will be Max Snow?
No, all the babies won't be Max Snow because Max Snow is incomplete dominant. So if the male is showing as a Max Snow and not a Super Snow, then he's carrying one copy of the Max Snow gene. Because it's an incomplete dominant, two copies will create a completely different look. That's why a Super Max Snow looks completely different than a Max Snow. So if the male is Max Snow and the female's not, what you'll get is you'll get, so there's 50% of the time he's going to pass on Max Snow because he has one copy, and every time he breeds, every egg is going to get fertilized with one of the two copies. So 50% of your babies should be Max Snow. So if you want to prove that he is a Max Snow, 50% of the babies that you breed to a non-Max Snow will be Max Snow. And it's pretty obvious to tell a Max Snow Black Knight from a regular Black Knight. So a regular Black Knight will be primarily black at hatch. They'll be primarily black, and they'll have a goldy pattern. The Max Snow Black Knights, they won't have any gold or any yellow at all. They'll be black and white, and that color pattern will change as they age. Or you could also breed him if you want to make sure he's a Max Snow. If you have another Max Snow female, even if it's non-Black Knight, you could breed him to that female, and if you pump out Super Snows, then he's a Max Snow. So part of the problem with Black Knights is it's not a problem, it's a cool thing. Black Knight Max Snows tend to get really dark, and so as a hatchling, it's obvious that it's a Max Snow because they're black and white. But as they turn into an adult, a lot of those Max Snow Black Knights are really dark black, and you can't tell that they're Max Snow. It's just in there. So I get where you're going with that. What is this? This is. Yep. Yeah, he was answering the same question. Yeah, breed a Max Snow too.
Yep, that's it. You're caught up now.
I am all caught up. What I did hatch right before I left to go to Oregon. I did hatch the first panda of the year, and
Ooh, you want to show it?
well, it's not in the rack because, I've been whining about being out of space, and I planned. I planned appropriately. I knew I needed more rack space, and so what I did was I don't know if it's not in there.
It's not? Is
No.
it down there?
Yeah, give me 1 second. So I needed more rack space, and I knew I was going to need more rack space at the height of breeding season, so which is typically now, July. And so I ordered 2 more VE6 racks right at the very beginning of May. Typically a 6-week lead time. Thought for sure I'd have them by the middle of June, and I'd have 2-3 weeks to actually get them together, get them set up. Plenty of lead time to roll into July and be able to start housing babies. Well, due to the PVC shortage, I just got them yesterday. So I ordered them at the beginning of May. So what is that? That's 4 weeks, June, 8 weeks, and we're 3 weeks in. So it took 11 weeks to get, almost twice as long as it typically takes to get them. And so because I ran out of space, the other good thing was the season, the eggs were I'm hatching more than are being laid. So the incubators are now, on the downward side of the breeding season curve. And so the good news is the female incubator was pretty empty. And I knew I was going to run out of space last week. So what I started doing was every day I took the female. I think I only had about 5 or 6 deli cups left in the female incubator. And the youngest set of eggs in there had been in there for, 30 days plus. And so what I did is every day for 2 days, I raised the temperature in the female incubator by 2 degrees. So I went from 81 to 83 to 85 to 87 to 89. And then once I got them right there at 89, the next day I took out those 5 or 6 deli cups of temperature sex females, moved them to the male incubator because the male incubator is smaller. And I had a 3-foot tall female incubator that was now sitting at 90 degrees, 89 degrees. And I started using 6-quart Starlight containers. Take a picture of or bring up the incubator. And so because I was 100% out of rack space, the female incubator became my new rack. So we now have 8 groups down there in the female incubator. And then I quickly ran out of space there and vacated one of my cricket bins, and I have 4 more 6-quart tubs in a 90-degree arboreal rack that I use for dubia roaches and crickets. So had to make some emergency planning. So we currently have 12 groups of leopard gecko and African fattail hatches that aren't in a rack because I ran out of rack space. So I'm now out of, well, I technically have the male incubator. If somebody hatched today, I could throw them up in the male incubator. But the new racks came yesterday, and
Where are you gonna put them?
I gotta put them together. I'm just gonna sit it right here for now. It fits in the other room. We're moving. Luna Gecko's expanded, baby. We're moving to another room.
That room's bigger?
It is, yeah.
Oh.
That room's bigger. So, and I measured the.
The windows are only on one side.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
why.
So I have more wall space in the other room. So that's right.
Cool deal. Will you ever work with? You do it. They are so cool.
It's Paradoria picta. Super cool. Wally's really big into them. Andrew just got some from up at DEA. He just got some from Wally. He's been breeding this season. I don't know that he's hatched one yet, but he's collected quite a few eggs. They look super cool. It's tell me if I'm right on this. It's a Madagascar ground gecko? Is that where they're from? I believe. they are really cool. I don't know. You never say never. What I'm missing right now that I really want is I have 3 of the 4 species of Urodactylodes. I have Agricolae, Velarde, and Occidentalis. I actually just paired the Occidentalis right at the beginning of the week, right before I left for Oregon. Yep, he said they're from Madagascar. So I had a 2-1 group of Occidentalis, just because I wanted a 1-2 group, but the breeder I got him from only he had 2 males and 1 female left, and so I said, okay, fine, just give me a 1-1. And he convinced me. He said, well, the males are unrelated, so if you take both males and the female, you could take babies from the 1-1 pairing, hold them back, and put them with the second male, and then you're now running 2 groups. And he gave me a heck of a deal on taking the last male that he had. So I figured, what could I lose? But the female was still a little bit too small when I got them, and so they've been all 3 have been housed separately since I got them in. I want to say it was March time frame. We did an unboxing video on them. I want to say it was March. But they've been housed separately. The female's been in a bioactive, and the males have just, been in sterlites. And I finally made a decision which of the 2 males I wanted to pair with that female. And last week I put them together. So we'll see. So hopefully Occidentalis eggs coming soon. Got plenty of Velardes, plenty, not quite as many, but plenty of Agricoles producing. I'm missing Symmetricus. So my next pickup would probably be Symmetricus, Urodactylodes Symmetricus, and then after that, I really like I don't know how to say. I suck at scientific names. It's I think they're Australian. The golden tail. Golden tail. It's taxa something. I sound like Joe Biden.
Stop
what?
it.
Can't say that? Sorry, Adam. Don't tell Bernie. Look them up. The golden tail. They're the ones that when we did that TV commercial up in Canada, it was the gecko that Sam had. I really like these.
Strophorus tenicate.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Can we just we need an image. I really like these. I'd like to work with these. So I think
they were itty bitty, right?
No, they were bigger than, they're probably about the size of a baby crested, but a little skinnier. They're bigger than Urodactylodes.
Yeah, but that was before you hadn't even worked with Urodact, so they were really small to me.
Yeah, that's fair. I really like these. So I think, from a pecking order standpoint, my next gecko species would be filling out the New Caledonia, or filling out the Urodactylodes with the Symmetricus, and then if I went to another gecko after that, I'd probably go this route. I think these are Australian, yes. So very similar care to a crested gecko, except.
Did you say Australian?
Yeah. Yeah. Very similar care to a crested gecko, except a little drier. Not as much humidity.
It's 12:05.
12:05.
You've been going at it for an hour.
I got to find the panda though.
Do you know the number?
No, I don't, because I haven't written any down in the last 2 weeks. I just have the tub lids. Give them something better to look at. Put the comments up.
How about they see you trying to find this?
Oh yeah, that'll work. Might be this. No. That's not very high.
Or maybe they want to see Pop.
Tell them a story. Tell them a story while I'm trying to find the pan.
Poppy. Okay, just checking you're alive. You want a room tour? So, don't look in there, but that's all shipping stuff, and it's just a mess. And then, I guess y'all kind of see all of this all the time. This is our setup while we're going live today. We got the big screen so Gino can see what's going on in the comments. Me here, lights,
Found it.
Mike.
Hurry up before they move.
Hurricane.
This is the first one.
She's like posing.
I love the white feet. Go ahead and move.
Like White Sox.
Go ahead and move.
Me move?
No.
Oh, I'm
No.
so confused.
I don't want to put the hide back down on its tail. I don't know. Hopefully it stays dark.
And then we have Krusty's here. Sign. Upcoming videos.
Don't show him that. Adam's starting a YouTube. He'll steal all my video ideas.
Amazon light box. That's where G shoots his most of all of his photos are just in this light box. And there he is again. Doubled up. All right. That's it.
Yeah, you got to go down.
What something else I didn't show?
Well, no, I created a bunch of new scenes that I want to use.
Oh, okay.
I spent all morning making new scenes, and you.
I've used them.
What about? Well, you got to say hi.
I
one has seen you
did.
yet.
Yeah, they have because I've done this a couple times.
Yeah. See, just G out. It's the next scene down.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you
See,
wanted.
it goes back to Big G TV, right?
I like it.
That's my TV. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. I've been out of town for the last 3-4 days, and I got a lot of stuff to catch up on. Have to actually build some racks that I will film, and we'll make it a YouTube episode.
You want to go to brunch and spend some time with me?
Maybe.
You need to eat.
Maybe we can do that. But a little upset about this. Back in, not the last two racks. The last two racks, I guess maybe 6 months ago or so, Reptile Basics changed. They used to ship the racks fully assembled, and you literally just had to plug them in. Put your thermostat on and put your bin tubs in, and off you went. And due to increased shipping costs, they now ship them unassembled, which I would pay extra if they came assembled, but it's not an option. So the last two I got came unassembled, and I was going to film it, but I had to hustle and get them together, and I didn't film it.
You don't have any bad sounds, like wah, wah, wah.
I can get you the fail button if you want. It's
Nah.
over there. So I had to put the last two together in a hurry, and I didn't film it. These two, I guess I'm kind of in a hurry, but I will film it because these are the last two I'm gonna pick up this year. I'll be in good shape. I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll have 12. I'll have 12 VE6 racks at that point, and it should be plenty for what I plan to produce next season. So we'll go ahead and get that filmed. Maybe say some cuss words about Reptile Basics, shipping them unassembled now versus assembled. And we got to film
For the same price?
Yeah, for the exact same price. And we have to edit the big trip to Oregon and try to get that up. And got to clean a bunch of geckos. And also probably have 30 plus geckos at this point that are 15 grams and above that are ready to be listed. So at some point this week, I think we're going to do a big dump on the website and get a bunch more geckos up. And I also want to shoot an upcoming video here very soon, meet the holdbacks. So
Ooh, that'd be a good idea.
yeah, we'll run through. We got a lot to do this week. So I hope everybody has a great Sunday. I thank you for tuning in, and Don't forget the merch, lunageckos.shop. If you like this video, please like it, share it with your friends, comment down below, and above all, hit that subscribe button and ring that notify bell. And go over to Discord. Everybody except Bob, go to Discord. Bob, we're not letting you in. It's a secret. No, we'll let you in, Bob.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get you all set. Bob, DM me on Instagram, and I'll send you a link from Instagram, and we'll see if that works. But until next time, I'm G. Handy dandy, put yourself up. No,
Nope,
you know the rules.
nope,
You know the rules.
No.
That's Handy Dandy. That's Miss Poppy Dog. We're Luna Geckos. See ya.